like it. And naturally we'll maintain our enthusiasm for it even if we've read it 5,000 times. As we read the story we need to remain aware of our body position, our eyes and their expression, our eye contact with the child or children, our vocal variety, and our general facial animation. There's no exact right way of reading aloud, other than to try to be as expressive as possible. Each of us will have our own special way of reading a story. For instance, when I read the beginning of Koala Lou, my voice swings up and down in the same tune, the same SLOW song, every time. There was once a baby koala, so soft and round that a L who saw her loved her. Her name was Koala Lou. Literally, to the ears of young children, and they love music. Simple tunes also make anything easier to remember, so it's useful to read a book in exactly the same way every time, and to read the same book over and over again. The more quickly children pick up the tune of the words, the more they'll remember the words and the more quickly they'll have fun trying to read the story themselves, with the same expression as we do. Reading aloud is an art form in which the eyes and voice play important parts. Here are a few hints about how to make the most of both, as well as some general advice on how to read all stories aloud in a more entertaining manner. If we read a story without allowing its emotional value show through our eyes, we're wasting a prime asset. Stanislavski, the great Russian theater director, said the eyes are the windows of the soul. Unfortunately, it's all too common for curtains to fall over those windows when we begin to read. The story ought to be in the eyes as much as it's in the mouth. Animation in the eyes isn't difficult. We can widen them, narrow them, use them to think with, to be shocked with, to be scared with, to listen with, to be happy with, to show fright with, and so on. Next, the voice. The great worry about focusing on the voice is that we might become falsely overexpressive. We don't want to go so far as to be absurd or embarrassing. But we must aim at least to be highly interesting. The one thing to avoid in reading aloud is a cutesy, sugary, patronizing voice. We have to make a conscious decision never to talk down to children. Authors hope we'll carry out their intentions faithfully by letting their words instruct us, not the other way round. For instance, it would be crazy to shout, "Voices whispered in bushes." The word whisper tells us very clearly how to say it. 6 of these 7 vocal gymnastics are contrasts, loud and soft, fast and slow, and high and low. And we can pause. The words on the page will tell us which of these to choose. We don't need speech training. We simply need to pay close attention. Obvious examples of these vocal inflections are illustrated in the following excerpts from my own books. Here's a soft voice example from Night Noises, in which the family of a much-loved 90-year-old has planned a surprise birthday party. Somewhere in the distance, car doors opened and closed softly. Click. Clack. Feet tiptoed up the garden path. Crunch. Crunch. Voices whispered in bushes. Murmur, mutter, shhhh. Now an obvious loud voice example, also from Night Noises. Fists beat upon doors and voices shouted at windows. Yell, clatter, bang, bang.